He's a bad beast on that barbecue, on the grill or the smoker. He knows just what to do. He's a bad beast on that barbecue.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, welcome back to another episode of Bad Beast Barbecue. Yeah, I know we have not done a video in quite some time. I have just been so busy. Life has just gotten in the way. So, hey, but we're back at it again, man. Things have kind of settled down a little bit. So today we're going to be cooking a chuck roast. Now, yes, we've cooked the chuck roast before, but I have started doing meal prepping for my lunch at work. And last week we meal prepped a bunch of chicken thighs and black-eyed peas and rice and stuff, and set them up in the fridge just like you do your meal plan and stuff, and meal prepping, and it worked out great. This week we wanted some beef, some shredded beef, along with some broccoli and some cauliflower mashed potatoes. And so today we're going to be smoking our chuck roast for our meal prep. Okay, so we have in this container, we have almost 5 pounds of chuck roast. Okay, we have 2 chuck roasts here, bought from Sam's Club, and so it's 4.45 pounds, or almost 5 pounds of chuck roast. We're gonna go ahead and smoke these bad boys on the Recteq Bullseye. That's what we're using today, and we're going to be smoking at 225. We want to smoke at a lower temperature today in order to give it a little time to absorb as much smoke as possible. Okay, we are using Bear Mountain pellets, and we got to put some more in the Recteq, so we'll show you that in a few minutes. And we're going to be seasoning today with the salty steer from 512 seasonings. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this bad boy prepped up. Let's get the Bullseye filled up with some with Bear Mountain pellets, and let's get the beef in some smoke. All right, so we got our Recteq Bullseye already preheated up to 225 degrees. And we are using, or we have been using, these Bear Mountain savory barbecue pellets. These have been really good. As you can see, they're for beef, pork, lamb, poultry, what have you. This is about the last of it. I want to thank the folks at Bear Mountain for sending us a couple of bags of their premium pellets. Bear Mountain is a fantastic pellet if you want to try them out. Okay. All right, so we're can't waste that little bit in the bottom of the bag. Got to get it all. All right, here we go. All right, let's get our beef prepped. All right, so we're using our Easy Drip collapsible tub today. And normally I would have smothered this or used mustard as a binding, but ironically, and it's funny, we're out of mustard. So we're just going to spray these with a little bit of Pam. This is just the original Pam, no butter flavor or anything like that. So you see that these have some pretty good markings, marbling. We didn't cut these or trim these at all, since we're going to be shredding these. Okay, as we're going to be using, like I said, this salty steer from 512 seasonings. It's a really good seasoning. All right, so this is a really good coat here. We're going to let this sit here and get happy for a little bit. I'm going to cover it up so that the flies don't get to it, and we'll get this bad boy in the smoke. Okay, so these have been marinating in our salty steer for about 5 minutes or so. And I got a rack here. We're going to put these on a rack just to make it easier to handle putting it on the smoker. Okay. All right, let's head on over to the Bullseye. All right, so we got our Bullseye rocking at 225. We're going to get our rack on here. And we're going to cook these bad boys till they get to an internal temperature of 160 degrees before we wrap. We'll come back and check it in about 2 hours. All right, so these have been on for a couple of hours, and they're right at 160 degrees internal temperature. They're looking really good. So we're going to go ahead and set these bad boys up. We're going to put these chuck roast on a bed of onions. And let's go ahead and prep them so we can get them back in the heat. All right, guys, like you said, I got my 2 chuck roasts here. They're looking really good. They're smelling wonderful. We got them laying on a bed of onions that was sliced up. And we're going to use some beef broth to add some moisture. to this pan. Another layer of flavor. And then we're gonna cover this up with some foil. And we're gonna get it back in the smoker. Raising the temperature up to 300 degrees until the internal temperature of our beef is over 200. So we're gonna go ahead and get these bad boys back into Recteq. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and check our temperature of our chuck roast. That look good. 212. And they're probe, oh, like butter. Just like butter. All right, we're gonna get this off. We're gonna let this rest for, probably gonna let it rest for a couple hours before I pull it. Let all this juice and stuff redistribute back into the chuck roast. All right, guys, so this is not how I wanted to finish this video, but I forgot in the middle of my cook that we had tickets today to go see D.L. Hewley down in St. Louis and stuff. So I had to finish my cook, and I had to leave the chuck roast in the pans, and they cooled down. So now I got to rewarm them to see if we'll be able to pull them. But if we're not going to pull them, then we'll switch from being pulled beef to chopped beef. So let's go ahead and get it out the oven and see what we got. All right, so here's our pan again. Been rewarming for a little while, and it's got the steam coming from it. So I'll see if we can pull this, but it may have tightened up too much. We may have to switch to chopping it. So let me get a couple of forks and see what we got here. Yeah, it tightened up on us a lot. So instead of having pulled beef, we're going to have to do some chopped beef. All right. Yep. Let's get out the meat cleaver. Really interesting is that this has an interesting smoke ring to it, so that Bullseye put a nice smoke ring on this. If you can see it, look at that smoke ring. All right, guys, we're gonna have a taste test. We're gonna get some of our jus liquid and our onions. We're gonna kind of mix that in with the chopped beef. We're gonna have a taste test. All right, let's have a taste test. All right, guys, let's get us a piece of beef here. Smells fantastic. I wish I had a chance to actually shred it, but they chopped it just as good. Let's see what we got here. The salty steer did a fantastic job on it, and all that onion and that beef broth in the bottom of it did a real good job of adding extra flavor to it. I'm gonna give me a piece and drag through the gravy over here, and see exactly how good that is. Okay, we drug this piece through the gravy. That came out good. It didn't come out exactly like we wanted to. Like I said, we wanted to do shredded beef, but the chopped beef is just as good to help us do our meal prep for the week. So, hey, that's about it. So, if you got any questions on this cook, let me know, and then hopefully we'll get some more videos out to you guys real soon. It's getting kind of late, so let me go ahead and do my meal prepping so I can get my hiney in the bed so I can get up and go to work in the morning. So, hey, like we always say, where there's smoke, there's fire. If it's fire, and then damn it, there just might be a barbecue there. Hey, as always, hey, we'll see you guys around the smoker.